The Brave and the Bold presents Batman and Wildcat, issue 88. Wildcat, you're nothing but a has-been, a bum. Stop hiding behind those kids and come out and fight. Count 10 and die. Night in Gotham City, and the neon glows feverishly like the hopes of defeated men. Wait here, Alfred. Dig the swell slumming? Yeah, and he's ripe for busting. Did you say Ted Grant? Nah, buddy. Nobody by that name registered here. Correction. Who wants me? Champ. Am I glad I found you. I'm Bruce Wayne. Maybe you heard of me? Where can we talk, Ted? Who didn't hear of you? Talk? In my room, if you don't mind getting that monkey suit dusty. What's the world's retired, undefeated heavyweight champ doing on Skid Row under a phony name? Punching from the first bell, eh, Wayne? Okay, it's an old story. Ex-champ opens gym to help underprivileged kids, gets involved in ghetto problems, goes into debt. Old pals turn deaf ears, gets slapped with lawsuits, lets down kids, closes gym, is counted down and out. I'll pay those debts right now. Why? What's your angle? The World Youth Games open in Vienna next month with 70 nations competing in a kind of Junior Olympics. I'm coaching America's fencing team, but we still need a boxing coach. Somebody kids look up to. The greatest boxer of all time, Ted Grant. Nice pitch, Wayne, but I'm not buying it. I'm washed up. What kind of coach would a bum make for our young fighters? Nobody's ever beaten Ted as long as he's on his feet. Cut the con job. I'm better off here. Let the world remember me as I was, the champ. If that's the way you want it, so long. But as Bruce Wayne leaves, yeah, even as Wildcat, I'm washed up. Legs gone, so are my reflexes, and this outfit, I wouldn't scare a crook's kid sister. What's that? Wayne, being mugged by two goons? Seconds later, 2 against 1, no fun. 2 against 2, that's true blue. Ugh. Allow me, you'll get that monkey suit messed. Thanks, Ted, for saving me from a drubbing. Forget it. Guess I've still got my punch. On second thought, Wayne, maybe I am interested in that coaching job. Beautiful. Call me at my office in the morning. And when Grant is gone, hey, who was that guy? Being hit by a pile driver wasn't part of our deal. Sorry about that, boys. This'll buy plenty of liniment. It worked just fine, Alfred. Take me home. Batman and Wildcat in. Count 10 and die. And so, weeks later in Vienna, Austria. There it is, Ted. The stadium where our boys will be tested against those from all over the globe. My boxers are coming along fine. Hope I don't let them down when the main event comes up. But as Bruce Wayne and the man who is secretly Wildcat enter the World Games village where the athletes live, hey you, Grant, big champ. Watch it, fella. Huh? Kozlov? Kozlov the Hammer? Yeah, I coach my country boxing team. You remember Kozlov? You not give me fight when you champ. You afraid of the hammer. You phony champion. Yeah. For a moment, the iron jaw of Ted Grant tightens. Long unused muscles tense. Then, you phony, frightened champ. Grant, you hear? Coach, you weren't afraid of that guy. Yeah, he was wrong, wasn't he? What's with you cats? Of course the champ wasn't afraid. Coach was the greatest. The greatest. Maybe I was afraid, Bruce. Maybe I didn't fight him because he was younger, stronger. Still doubting yourself, Ted? I thought we left the doubts back in Skid Row. Why don't you unpack? I've got some business. See you later. But it is as Batman that Bruce Wayne goes to downtown Vienna. And his business is with Anglo-American military intelligence. Good to see you, Batman. Washington gave your mission with us top priority. Major Sanderson from London will brief you. Bit bizarre having a costume champ on the case. However, that is an armed, manned space station. The first nation to put one in orbit gains the ultimate advantage in the Cold War. One nation could blackmail the entire world. Therefore, it is most important we know the exact moment the other side plans to launch such a station, so we can launch our own to prevent it. Some pin-up. Memorize that face, Batman. Kurt Schlimmerling, a freelance spy. He sells secrets to anyone for a price. We got his hands on the date the other side plans to launch its station. It's in code, but we can crack it. We paid him a handsome sum for it, but he never delivered. The others must have offered him more to buy it back. All we know is Schlimmerling is planning to pass the coded plan to one of their agents soon. Exactly when and where, we don't know. That's the jigsaw puzzle, Batman. You must fit in the last pieces, find Schlimmerling, and get that coded date before he sells it back. Minutes later, a famed familiar figure flits across some famed familiar landmarks. Vienna, city of waltzes, but I've got to make a rat named Schlimmerling dance to my tune, or the world could find itself in a nightmare. Meantime, back in the village, all right, break it up. You Americans began the fight. Yeah, see? They called us yellow, coach, said Americans were quitters. I see it all. The Americans start fight. You again, Kozlov. So why didn't you stop it? I want everyone that see Americans bad sportsmen, yeah? Just like you, phony champ. Why, you big... what's the use? Come on, team. We've got to train to win in the ring, not out of it. I still think he's afraid of Kozlov. Not long after, it's Kozlov's bunch, Bruce, pushing for trouble. Picked a fight with my boys, but all the teams believing it was our fault. Americans don't play fair. An old tactic, Ted. Provoke the other guy, make him mad enough to walk out, so the world will call him a quitter. Well, we won't fall for it. We'll just play it cool. But later in the gym, hey, phony champ Grant, this ring reserved for my team this time. Listen, Kozlov, I can show you on the schedule. It's the U.S. team's turn to train. Like all your countrymen, you think you own world, you Americans. Don't crowd me, Kozlov. Kozlov challenge you. Fight to finish to show you bad sportsman and coward. You accept, big champ? No, I won't fight you. You better believe it now. Coach Grant is scared of him. We'll be laughed out of the games. Yeah, the old champ's nothing but a chicken chump. Bruce, what got into me? I never should have hit him. It was just what he wanted. But I can't fight him. That would be playing his game. You hear those kids, Ted? Your kids. You've got to fight Kozlov. It's become a test of will, of American courage and sportsmanship. After all, you hit him. But I can't win. Bruce, I'm much older than Kozlov. Out of shape. A has-been. He'll murder me. You've got to accept the challenge and win it. You've become part of the Cold War, like it or not. Yeah, I see. But I need time to think. He's all shook up, losing his confidence again. And I've got to play spy guy once more, as Batman. Shortly, as the Caped Crusader again searches the ancient streets, this is the last lead intelligence gave me. That shabby customer leaving that old house. It's Schlimmerling. Meanwhile, nearby, glad I brought my old Wildcat outfit. Need a ride to blow my brains clear. Lucky I was able to borrow the spike from the cycling team. Well, I'll be Beethoven's best blast. It's Batman. What's he doing here? And he looks like he can use an assist. As Batman's quarry slips into the vast labyrinthine sewer, system under the old city. Himmel, der Fledermaus man even pursues me down here. Blast, can't track him in this crazy place. Which way, which way? But another hunter has picked up the trail, having entered through an overflow culvert. I've trapped this particular sewer rat, and without cheese. A waterfall. He suckered me. Moments later, Schlimmerling emerges from the depths of Vienna's subterranean maze. Of all the rotten luck, he got away. And where the main carry-off reaches the river, I've got half the beautiful blue Danube in my ears, and I lost Batman's quarry. Even as Wildcat, I'm over the hill. How can I fight Kozlov? Just as well Batman never saw me. Ted Grant and Wildcat here together is too much of a coincidence. Switching back to Ted Grant, he ponders his problem as he wanders through the streets. Ted, he's entering the Prater, the famous amusement park. By that slouch, he's still worrying about Kozlov. He's taking a ride on the Riesenrad, the giant Ferris wheel. That gives me an idea. He needs to get his confidence back, and maybe I know how. Donnerwetter, ein Fledermausmann, nein, verboten. What in blazes, Batman? Hello, chap. Mind if I join you? Neither knows the other's secret identity, so now, I heard of Kozlov's challenge. You must accept, or the games could dissolve. Not you, too. I respect you, but I can't fight Kozlov. He'd pulverize me. I'm an overage has-been. Come off it. I'll show you haven't lost the old pizzazz. Only one of us is going to walk out of this car. Huh? High above the city, a savage, bizarre brawl begins. And as the giant wheel swoops around and round, Himmel! Oosh! Once more, the dangling gondola swoops upwards. Then swings down to a stop. Was? Only one comes out. I lay down a bit so Ted could win. But what a header. What a scrapper he must have been in his prime. Did her fight give him back enough confidence to meet Kozlov? Here, old-timer, for the damages. The answer comes soon after he switches back to Bruce Wayne. Isn't it great? Grant's gonna fight Kozlov. Look at him massage that bag. He'll murder that big stiff. So Ted's made the big decision. But Kozlov is really rough. Ted could lose. I've got to take out some insurance as Batman. Later at the stadium, this timer will douse the lights about round 7. And if Ted's in trouble, I'll take his place using a plasty face mask from my disguise kit. Then, I'll search Schlimmerling's room while he's out. He'd never leave the coat around. But maybe I can find a clue to how and when he'll pass it back. And take it to the fight between Ted and Kozlov. Of course, he knows he's being watched. What better place than a crowded stadium? I've got it, the last piece in the jigsaw. If this Batman continues to meddle, he will frighten off Schlimmerling, and we will never regain our coat. Dispose of him. Shortly. Some schlag, mein Herr? Gas. The blue Danube threads through the heart of Vienna, and right now on a certain barge. What a goof. Now they'll get back the code, and Ted will meet Kozlov without me to help. So right, Batman, for at this moment. Okay, Ted boy, this is it. Billed as an exhibition match, but Kozlov's made it a blood feud. But where are Batman and Bruce? I'm getting that has-been feeling. I need them in my corner. Under the blazing lights, two battlers edge towards each other. In their cocked fists, the prestige, the image of two worlds, two ways of life. Go, champ, go. Sock it to him, Ted. Hammer the American. Destroy him, Kozlov. My only chance is to KO him in the first few rounds. 1, the classic left jab, followed by the hook off the jab. Now the right hand counterpunch over his wild lead. Man, I'm doing great. For 4 rounds, Ted Grant pounds the hulking hammer until legs getting tired. My gray hair is starting to weigh a ton. He was letting me wear myself out. How you like those, phony champ? We got your friend, Batman. You want to see him alive? You lose, okay? Huh? Baffled, worried about Batman, the old champ loses his style and timing. Coach Grant, he's fading. Suddenly, the lights, they've gone out. Batman's timer is at work, except he isn't there. Those few seconds, just enough for me to get my win back. Now to nail the hammer. Fix the lights. Can't see the fighters. In the dimness, no one notices one big man carrying another outside. What is... You crazy, phony champ? You know can't do this to Kozlov. Can't I? Stick around and find out. Now the man who is secretly Wildcat opens the throttle. Hey, you will kill us. Maybe, unless you tell me where your pals took Batman. Tough guy, eh? Oh, that bluster was a put-on. Inside you're only jelly. Nah, stop, I tell you. And then seen outside the city. So he's stashed on that tub. Okay, let's get aboard. Your pals are taking pot shots at us. That bridge may be the answer. Up into the wooden span races the cycle, ahead of the drifting barge, and then, here goes. Ted, how? What? Big explanation later, Batman, old buddy. But right now, it's sock it to him time. The battle of the barge is quickly over. Sorry to dirty up that beautiful blue Danube. Then, okay, now me and our groggy pal got a fight to finish back at the stadium. And I've got a double-crossing Spider-Nab if it's not too late. Just as the lights go on. We're back in business, let's go. Where is... Right here, Buster. The war's still on. Ted's exhausted from rescuing me. Kozlov's beating him to the punch. There's Schlimmerling in the right seat. Now to watch for him to make his contact. Grant's going down. Now, as the vast arena rises in tumult, Ted's down. Schlimmerling's making his move. Got to go after him. 1, 2. No way to help Ted now, except maybe with this. A speck in a huge echoing stadium, the Batarang sails toward the ring. 3, 4, 5. Suddenly it is lofted off course by the light's fierce heat. 6, 7, 8. Batman's Batarang with a message. He's mocking me. Throwing my own words back at me. Can't let him down. Can't let my kids down. Got to get up. 9. As the crowd stares unbelieving. Go on and fight. Kozlov not know how you get up, but this time you go down forever. As old champion's pride stung by Batman's taunt, Ted Grant makes one final desperate effort. The setup and the finish. And as pandemonium fills the stadium, 8, 9, 10, yeah! And while the crowd roars, Schlimmerling heading for that bozo in the trench coat. He's going to exchange the code for the money. You were already paid for this by Uncle Sam. Himmel! Vienna, city of waltzes and dreams, city of intrigue and suspicion, where the following day, your boys are doing real well, Ted. Inspired by your fight with Kozlov, no doubt. Check, Bruce, but it was really Batman inspiring me that did it. Without him, and you, Bruce, I'd still think I was a has-been. Now the future looks bright for me. And maybe for Wildcat, too. I guess we can mark the World Youth Games the Schlimmerling case and the rehabilitation of a champ as all's well that ends well. Well, the end. Death turns the dial. Or are you going to watch TV as usual? Is there anything else to do at night? Night after night, hour after hour, Henry glued himself to the boob tube, where in the gloom his humdrum existence took on a fascinating import as he was carried away to a new world of adventure, facing danger as he identified himself with the characters. Blam! Bang! A body can hardly think with all that noise. Henry, will you turn it down? Oh, for land's sake, how can you hear me over that racket? Henry, oh no. What had caused poor Henry's death? Heart failure induced by overexcitement? The partial sudden shattering of the screen? Or had the fantasy of his make-believe world mixed with the reality that he so desperately yearned for, as a bullet brought him down? Tisk tisk. Poor Henry, he never even heard the commercial. The end. Killed with kindness. Here you are, sir, your oysters Rockefeller. I trust you like the petite marmite? Prime ribs of beef au jus, rare, as you ordered, sir. Asparagus tips with hollandaise sauce, and chiffonade salad. For dessert, your coffee and cherries jubilee. Contraire, do as a liqueur, sir? The cigar is the best. It cost $100. Ah, that was the best meal I ever ate. I'll never have one like that again. My compliments to the chef. All right, Jack, we're ready any time you are. Don't mind if I smoke while I take that last walk, do you, Warden? It ain't gonna cut my life short. The end.